Hello? Never half butt. Use your whole butt. Hello? It's Monday. It's Monday. It's Monday, Monday, Monday. 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 No! Oh my gosh. Oh, I have to text my dad and tell him that I'm live because every time I go live, he's always like, or every time I talk to him, he's always like, you need to send me a link to your thing. How's it going, you guys? Look at everybody we've got. I closed my eyes and tried to tell what was happening based on the stream music. Couldn't do it. My song, it's Monday. It's Monday. It's Monday, Monday, Monday. It is Monday, right? Yeah, yesterday was Sunday. Oh my gosh. Okay. We've got VT, we've got Mactastic, we've got Collaboration, we've got Wolf, we've got Mac, we've got DJ, we even have Sven. My wife just had a baby, and John. Sorry, I just realized I read John's message. I thought I said, anyway. Had a baby 3 hours ago? Well, dang. 3 hours ago. What am I doing? I do not know your baby's name. What is, congratulations, by the way. That's very exciting. Let me send this to my dad. Do I have to like click on it and watch it? Aerith Christine. Somehow that does not surprise me. That is very, very, that's a beautiful name. Congratulations. Can I not share this? Watching Susie stream is an appropriate way. Well, naturally. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm going to text my dad. My dad. I talked to him yesterday. He's getting old. And I'm sad about it. I keep forgetting to here's the link. Right now. Anyway, now that that's done, sorry. Susie is a pseudo sister of mine, so no better way to let her know. Dude, Steve, his name is Steve. He and my brother were super BFFs growing up. And so, yeah, we spent, and then I was like super great friends with his younger sister as well, which we've kind of lost track of each other since I'm not on Facebook like ever anymore. But yep, he was pretty much at our house all the time, or we were over at their house all the time. Well, I did tell my dad that I was like, look, in order to say anything in the chat box, you do have to have an account, but to just watch, you do not need an account. Somebody gift my dad a sub. Just kidding. Okay, so we're currently building a fake Lego. Oh, she doesn't talk to anyone anymore? Oh. That's a bummer. Okay, so two stories about Sven's sister. Well, just Sven's family in general. I remember I was sleeping over at their house one time, and I was like face down in a pillow for some, like everybody, like we were having a big slumber party and everybody was all in like the middle of the family room. Me and all of Kate, like Sven's like sisters and everybody, we were all in the middle of the family room. We'd arrange the couches, and they had gone into the kitchen to get something, and then they came back out and I had my face like down on the pillow. And when they came in, they said something to me and I looked up really fast to say something and I snorted. So I went, and I've never forgotten it. It was so weird. And then I remember going rollerblading with his sister, with Katie, and she went down this really massive, really massive like hill. And I saw her, she got going too fast and she went down, and I saw her like slip, and the wheels went out from underneath her and she slid on her tailbone and she bruised her tailbone. And I felt really bad about that. I mean, this is just whoa. You mean it doesn't go there? Oh, okay. I understand, I think so. This guy. Oh, I just got a text message. He'll be like, okay. Oh, nope, that was my dad. That's not important. But yes, Katie and I were very, very good friends. That makes me sad that she doesn't talk to anybody anymore. That bums me out. Oh, I see. I was wondering where that piece was. There it is. It goes right there. This is a very interesting. I keep wanting to go down, but it goes over. It's awesome. Got it. Well, I hope everybody Sven's wife just had a baby 3 hours ago. So that's a pretty exciting Father's Day present. I hope everybody that is a dad or soon to be dad or want to be dad or uncle or whatever, brother, awesome father figure, had an excellent Father's Day yesterday. Andrew actually didn't feel super great for some of the day, but we went to church, and I feel like the speakers were really, really great. I really enjoyed what they had to say. I thought it was lovely. And then they had like a bunch of freaking snacks in the back of like Sunday school. So we got to snack on like brownies and all sorts of stuff. It's pretty good. Andrew was like, my stomach may not feel great, but I'm still going to eat a brownie or two. Yeah, there were too many, but it was really good. So it was really nice. Okay, so this goes to this. And then this, and we FaceTimed with my dad, and we FaceTimed with Anders' dad. And all in all, I think it was we got Ander a video doorbell without a subscription, because we didn't want a subscription, just a battery powered video doorbell. And he was very pleased about that. Very, very pleased. And he goes, you know what the best Father's Day present would be is if I don't have to set it up. And I was like, I'm on it, babe. He does not like setting up new technology. And I love doing stuff like that. I love messing around with gadgets. So I was like, you got it, babe. You got it. You know what? Yeah, like Ring, but it's basically just a oh, and we're making like little like old street light. Like Ring, but no subscription needed. It's just a battery powered little camera, and you don't have to pay for a subscription to get like cloud storage and all that stuff, because we don't really feel like we necessarily need that, but he's wanted one for a while. And there's this guy he follows on Instagram named KYD, I believe, something like that. And he's this Asian guy that just watches videos, and like he'll watch videos of products, and then he'll be like, I need it on my desk now. And then it'll cut to him getting the thing, and he tests it out and says whether it's a good product or not. And he has what's called the gold list. And you can go to his gold list, and all the products that he has purchased for himself and tried out for himself, he's got them all in a list. And he's so funny. He's great. And Ander was like, pretty much anything on that gold list I want. And I was like, okay, that's easy. And the doorbell camera was on the gold list. So I was like, okay. So that's what we did, but I still haven't set it up yet. But yeah, there were a lot of sweets at church yesterday for sure. Marlene got me a new cushy vibrating gaming chair, and she set it up for you. Oh, see, that's the perfect Father's Day present, is like, oh, here's this really awesome gift, and you're going to set it up for me. Oh, she is a keeper. And I've had a pair of socks from when I watched Collaboration's Little Girl. It's literally been sitting in my house for like ever. So I walked by him yesterday and was like, here's some socks. Because they've been sitting in my house forever. And when I find one and I just don't know where the other one is, I just toss it back in the laundry, because I'm like, I don't know, they'll come together at some point. I don't know when, but it'll happen. Yeah, I know. I was like, the socks aren't that important, but whatever. They paid for those socks, probably. Oh, Auden had this right. She stuck one of these little guys in this, and she goes, I think it goes there. And I was like, probably, I don't know. They were sentimental. I'm so glad. Well, I didn't want to just, you know, not let you have your socks back. But they've been sitting in my house forever. But it was a nice Father's Day, and it was lovely to be able to celebrate. And Ander was like, ultimately, I don't need anything crazy. Obviously, oh, and Charlotte gave him a card that made him very emotional. It was really sweet. She wrote the whole thing herself. She brought it to me yesterday, and I was like, Charlotte, that was a really, really well thought out little letter. And she made Ander cry. So I consider that a win. Upside down? No. Okay, so I would like to do, well, I have an idea. Remember when we were talking about the, when I came to that what's it called? That dungeon in Zelda. It was the Earth Temple, I believe. But I was like, okay, let's be honest. If you guys had never heard this song before, would you think this was a lava dungeon? Or would you think this was in a desert? And everybody was like 100% desert. Sounds like a desert. And I agree. I totally agree. And so it got me thinking. And I remember Wolf saying, oh yeah, we used to do that in, I think it was a college course or something where it was a good creative exercise, whether it's creative writing or, you know, whatever. And so I was like, okay, well then I'd like to try my hand at it. And I'd like to listen to these video game scenes and see if I can guess. There's another, I'm not going to spoil this because some people have not played Horizon Forbidden West, but there is a large machine design in that game that, nobody spoil it. If you have played it before, don't spoil it. But there is a large machine design in that game that it's supposed to be white. What? I do not see these pieces. I must be, wait a minute, maybe I'm not. No, yeah, I am. I'm totally missing another #1 bag. Okay, hold on. How am I missing another #1 bag? Are you serious? This is what happens when you buy knockoff Legos. I found this piece. Hey, it's Lindsay! Overindulging on Calicorn and learning about volcanoes. Volcanoes. Okay, but seriously though, like this doesn't, was I supposed to open like another bag? Because those pieces are not in the #1 bags. Okay, all right, we'll get there. We'll get there. I will put that off for a moment until I have time to actually look for that. So there's this massive machine that you fight, and it has like a theme song. So in Horizon Forbidden West, all the big giant machines kind of have their own theme song, whereas in Horizon Zero Dawn, that wasn't really the case. It was just kind of the same music for any big, unless it was like unless it was very specifically like a boss kind of battle, but there are big machines kind of wandering all over the place and you can fight them kind of whenever, or you can avoid them like I did. But there's this big machine, and I remember playing the music for Charlotte and saying, I'm curious, you don't know what machine this is. What animal does this make you think of? And it would have been easier if I'd given her some sort of like multiple choice, but I was like, what does this make you think of? And she actually got it right. She got it right. And I thought, how interesting that she was able to tell what animal this was based on simply from the music. So I'd really like to do some YouTube videos of me listening to these songs. And obviously I can't play the whole entire song because of copyright, but I'd like to listen to the songs and then try to gauge what is going on. Whether or not I know they're from which game they're from or not doesn't really matter, I guess. But I feel like, well, and I think I told you guys this once before. I had a client come in and see me for lashes, and she was like, what are we listening to? Because we were listening to this music that kind of sort of reminded me of well, I was like, well, oh, it's clear. Oh, I do have the right pieces. They just looked white. They are clear. There it is. I am so smart. SMRT. Wait, wait. Oh, I do understand. So my client was like, what are we listening to? And it actually reminded me a lot of the music you'd hear at like Nordstrom. And I was like, oh, this just kind of reminds me of like we're at like let's say we're at like a really fancy art party and everybody is at like a high rise in New York City in like a penthouse in New York City. Oh, that's really loud. Hold on. Is that better? I forgot to adjust that volume. I was like, well, yeah, it's like a party where like everybody is dressed in black, but there are a lot of people, but everybody has at least one red accent piece somewhere. Like the men have red handkerchiefs in their pockets and like their suit pockets, and women are either wearing red gloves or red scarves or red hats. And everybody's got drinks, alcoholic drinks in their hands, and they're all wandering around looking at art. And my client goes, what? And I was like, that's what that song reminds me of. I don't know about you, but that's what that song reminds me of. But I had like this very detailed scene in my head from just the sound of the song. And I was thinking, so I'd like to do that with video games and see, hey, it's Mud. How's it going? Yeah, I am so smart. SMRT. I mean, SMART. No, it's like an art party where everybody's dressed in black, but some people have, but everybody has, like, everybody's has like a red accent and they're all looking at art. That's what it made me think of. Everybody's looking at art. So that's what I want to do with games. And everybody has delivered brilliantly, and I am thrilled because now I can, oh, wait. Oh, what does that do now? Oh, I see. Oh, do I? Yeah, I see now. But yeah, my client kind of acted like I was crazy, and I was like, well, that's what this scene makes me think. That's what this music makes me think of. I don't know about you, but so Charlotte and I have kind of done that together, where we'll listen to music and I'll be like, what does this make you think of? You know, kind of a good creative exercise. But Dad Pods, bingo, bango. Let's build some Flago. Some Flago. Oh my gosh. I know it's not as good. It is not. It's true. But, you know, Lego also doesn't have a Thunderjaw. They decided not to give us that, and I was sad about it. How's it going, Dad Bods? Dad Bods! Okay, that's right? And then this one goes here, off on the side. Boop, like that. Okay, and then this guy, this guy. I'm still not following instructions all the way. Still. Okay, I need this. Like that. Yep. Oh, no, I put that in the wrong place. It's going. Desks are expensive. Yeah, well, I got a desk from my mother-in-law. She found this on this desktop on the curb. And she was like, do you want this? Heck yes, I do. So I bought like desk legs and made it a taller desk. Okay, there's that. And then that, oh, now I see how I missed it, because I'm still going down instead of going left to right, because I know how to read. Yeah. Okay. There's another one. One goes here. Auden's going in her room. All you need is a plastic foldable desk from Walmart. I mean, I used a card table for a long time, actually. To be totally honest, I used a card table. And I have no shame, because it was cheap. But my setup has grown. But I think my setup has grown because my mother-in-law found me this desktop. If I still had my little card table, I probably wouldn't have. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe. I don't know. Dad Bods, what did you get for Father's Day? What did you guys do for Father's Day? Anybody? Collaboration got a sweet new gaming chair. You know what? It's funny. My mom gave me this chair that I use right now for Christmas one year. And I did not really think it was going to come in handy. And I am so glad she got it for me, because, wow, I was just sitting on like a folding chair and I used to stream. Definitely don't recommend. McDonald's at midnight? Oh, yeah. Mickey D's. Nothing like some good old Mickey D's. I used to really love McDonald's. What are they called? Chicken nuggers. but they make me so sick now. I cannot eat them. I can have their French fries, and I really love their Dr. Pepper, but I can't eat their nuggets anymore. They just mess up my stomach every single time. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Over here. I posted a bunch of video game songs to Discord for Father's Day. Yeah, everybody has totally delivered. I've been very, very grateful. So I'm excited to get started on that. I guess this just goes... Oh, see? And I missed a piece again. Yeah, that one. This goes here. I am so bad at following these instructions. Wow. Self. Get it together. I don't feel like I missed anything when I was building the ornithopter, but maybe it was just because the instructions were just better, I guess. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Flowers. Yeah. Okay. It's sickening. We usually get Whataburger, and the Dr. Pepper shakes are pretty good. I will not lie. Those are quite tasty. Okay, now we need another curly dude over here. And then we're going to do this planty dude is going to go like, I don't know, there. Sure. And then this green guy, this green one, and then this green one, and then there's another green one. Oh, this one. And they're going to go right here. The base is coming together. A book to be filled out by Ava that she got 2 pages done. Bless her. Little cutie. Oh, what? Yeah. Okay. So we're okay. So we're building like a thing. Yes. This goes in here. And then this goes here. Oh, and then this guy goes in here. But that's not dark green. Is that the right color? Yeah. And then this goes here. And then it goes like right next to this guy. I mean, okay. Is that supposed to like, part of the problem is my lighting. Can't see very well. I'm sure that's probably fine. Oh, this is where the grass goes. Right. Whataburger is like middle of the US. You know what? I actually don't know. I have no idea where Whataburger is located. Ah, yes. This is the grass that you can hide in. If you are in this grass, ducking down in the grass, machines and people can't see you. However, I feel like that was the one thing I was sad about in Horizon Forbidden West was they took away like the little eye symbol up at the top of the screen where you could tell if you could be seen or not. They were just kind of like, oh, well, you're on your own. Whataburger isn't Northeast. Well, Texas has a lot of pride in Whataburger for sure. Ander eats Whataburger a lot because it's the only thing that's on his way home from a lot of the lakes he guides, where he guides. And so he really kind of has to, like, that's where he goes. And he is normally not really in the mood for burgers because that's what he eats all the time. I'm being seen? What do you mean? Yeah, Ander treats himself daily to a point where he's like, oh, I'm so tired of... You know what? I'm going to turn these dudes because they would not all grow in the same. You can find them southwest, most of the southern states. We had one in Michigan for about 2 years. What happened after that? They closed? They didn't stay open? Okay, we got another flower with red. time is it? Okay, sweet. It's time for our game. Where are we? Where are we? Oh, we're the last. Yeah, we're the last place. The last, or I'm sorry, not the last place, but like the fireplace, the second fireplace. Not in a fireplace, but you know what I mean. Oh, and then the next thing we're going to build is the Watcher. Lovely. Love it. Here's our little base, because we're all about that base. So we've got like the little stop sign, stoplight, and then we've got whatever that is. I don't know what that is. And then we've got like our little Heidi grass, and then we've got flowers and stuff. To be totally honest, it looks like a Lego base. But my guess is I will probably notice a big difference when I try to actually build the... oh, it was a joke. You're being seen right now. The eye should be open. Yeah, it'll be relatively big. I mean, if you look at it on the screen down here, he's going to be somewhat of a big boy, I think. But I have a tall neck set that is an actual Lego set. And that one's pretty tall. I actually tried to put it on the bookcase behind me and it won't fit. Not unless I move the bookshelves around, and I didn't really want to do that. It's quite tall. It's a pretty tall set. Collaboration, you would love the Horizon games. You can play them on PC. You would really love them. They're wonderful. They're it's like one of my favorite game franchises ever. Wahlburger. I've never heard of Wahlburger. Okay, I hope I switched this back, because if I didn't, then my dad text me? No. Dude, yeah. Forbidden West. I mean, realistically, I believe Forbidden West is a better game because of the all the mechanics they did. Oh, that was weird. I just heard it all crackly in my... Oh my gosh. Oh, I know. It's because I didn't have this set up, and because... Yeah, there we go. No, I have the tall neck set. I do have the tall neck set, and I love the tall neck set. But what? I mean, I'm thinking about Lego sets that I'd... Like, you know what I would love? Well, all the Lego sets I want are like the Deku Tree. Oh, that's right. That's why. It's because I don't have my regular camera on. That's why my transition went wonky, because I'm not... Okay. The Deku Tree, the Milky Way, and Starry Starry Night. Those would probably be, but they're all like $200-300 sets. So when I found, actually, it was VT, I think, that sent me the link for the Flego Thunderjaw. And he was like, I mean, it's not Lego, but Lego doesn't offer the set, so you don't have to feel guilty. And I was like, you are so right. You're so smart. You are so smart. But other than that, I don't really feel like I have seen, I don't really feel like I've seen a whole lot of Lego sets that I really want. Like, would I take them? Sure. But are there any that I'm like, oh my gosh, I would, like, what can I sell? Like, I have my Volkswagen bus that I want to sell, because I got it for... Oh, really? Oh. Do you guys remember last time we did a love letter? We did the love letter for Colin. That was great. Okay, that's good to know. You mean like from lego.com? Like from the Lego store? Okay, hold on. I would love those sets. I'm just not willing to put forth that much money, because I think about $200 is like my limit, where I'm like, okay, I might be willing to pay that for like the Milky Way, because it's like an art piece. But the Lord of the Rings sets are like, would I take them? Absolutely, if I didn't feel so guilty about spending the money on them. But my Volkswagen camper bus, I got it as a gift from my sister-in-law, which was very kind of her, but she's now my ex-sister-in-law, and it was not, yeah, 600. Oh, other retailers? Horizon Zero Dawn / Forbidden West is a great single player, but play the first one first because you need to know the story. The second one won't make nearly as much sense. Could you play it? Sure, but it won't make nearly as much sense. The story in the first one is better, but everything else is better in the second game. The gameplay, the ammo types, the machine designs. I mean, the first one is great, don't get me wrong. It's like Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West, like beep, like it's so close. But there are just a few things about Forbidden West that I was like, this just takes the cake for me. The story is also good, but it's not as good as the first one. I would totally take a Lord of the Rings set. I would totally take a Harry Potter set. Charlotte is like, I want the Harry Potter Hogwarts castle. I was like, yeah, me too. That's probably not gonna happen. That's okay. That's okay. Yes. Play the first to understand the second, and it'll teach you the ways of the game. It'll teach you the ways of like the ammo and all that stuff. There is a learning curve, but if you're playing it on PC, I bet that it's probably easier because you're shooting a bow and arrow, which means aiming with a mouse is probably much easier. I played it on PlayStation originally, and aiming with a joystick is not nearly as good. No, I don't get, no. I don't get bad vibes from my sister-in-law's gifts. My sister-in-law is no longer my sister-in-law. She's my ex-sister-in-law. And it was a gift that was totally out of the blue. And I've built it, and I built it on stream, and it was really fun. But I don't have any like real connection to it because it was kind of this like, oh, hey, here you go kind of thing, which was really cool. And then now she's not even my sister-in-law anymore, and she won't even speak to me. So I'm like, I could probably break it down and sell it for something and then get a set that I wanted, like the Deku Tree or like the Milky Way set or whatever, you know, because I just don't have a big connection to it. It was fun to build, but it was never something I would have purchased on my own. And if I'd known she was eyeing a set for me, I might have dropped hints of something that I wanted, but it was fun to build. Like, it was fine. Hey, it's Skyron, just chattering away in Discord. Here we are. Okay, we're heading... Okay, wait. Why are we not at the temple? We decided to do the love letter thing, right? Yeah, that's why. I've never played a game where I had to aim on a mouse and a keyboard, but I hear that it is by far better than joystick aiming. I did fine with Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West, but you really do need to know, like, you need to experience the first story, and that's like Aloy's origins and where she came from and who she is and why she is. You need to play the first one first, but you'll love it. It's a great first player game. It's great. And the thing that sucks about Horizon Forbidden West is the fact that it came out right around the same time as Breath of the Wild, and I feel like it kind of got overshadowed, and I don't feel like it got enough recognition. I bought my PS4 specifically for Horizon Zero Dawn. That was it. Yeah. Can you imagine? Maybe I should challenge myself. Maybe we should set a sub goal. And if we meet some sort of goal, I will play Horizon Zero Dawn with sock hands beginning to end. Why would I do that to myself? It's crazy too, because like in the first game, you think you know, you think like, you're like, wow, these machines are really scary. Like, I'm not going to spoil all of them, but like, okay, there's like a machine. Well, I mean, obviously I'm building a Thunderjaw. There's a machine T-Rex. There's a machine-ish, kind of, sort of. There's a machine, like stalkers, and there are machine, I mean, I don't know what you'd consider a Ravager. I always kind of thought it was dog-like, but then it howls. Anyway, there are these big scary machines, and I thought it couldn't get any scarier. And then I played Horizon Forbidden West, and I was like, oh, wait, these machines are scary. First game, no, they're not scary at all. First game, it's fine. Totally fine. Okay, so I'm planning on recording myself listening to these songs. Obviously not all the way through because of copyright, but recording these songs and like trying to guess what the scene is. But I'd have to put just a snippet of the song in the video, but then I'd have to edit it out because I don't want to, you know, obviously I don't want copyright strike. But anyway, I just think that's a really cool creative exercise. And I'd like to do it the opposite way as well. I'd like to play like snippets in the video and be like, all right, if you've never played Hollow Knight before, what does this remind you of? And then give like multiple choice answers on the screen. And then people can play or people don't have to. Hey, it's Doom. Horizon is my favorite game in which you fight robot dinosaurs. I know, right? I'm kind of hoping, but also dreading that in the third installment, if we get a third installment. Oh no. I have to literally play like this because I cannot. Oh, okay. Let me save first. What is this? 5 minutes? Alexa, start a timer for 5 minutes. I'm kind of secretly hoping in the second one or the third one that we get bugs. I'm talking like ladybugs, beetles, ants, centipedes. Not spider necessarily, because like spiders, everybody does a big giant spider. But I'm talking like a praying mantis, a butterfly, you know, even I was going to say an isopod. Isopods on bugs. Never mind. There is not a better game. Absolutely not. Oh, okay. Well, here we go. He's like, it's hot. Oh, look at him stealing himself. I forgot about that one. Do you think he's like, we're gonna do this again? Ah, Fire Sanctuary. I couldn't remember what it was called. Owls! King owls. Horizon games are so fun. I love them so much. Okay. Oh. Oh, this is bad. Oh, I am really gonna need some... Okay. I'm gonna need some... What are they called? Oh, no. I'm gonna need some... some, what are they called? The things, Right? Don't I have to... Oh, maybe I can use my, Oh, this is bad. At this point, he doesn't know how often Zelda gets kidnapped all the time, every day. These dudes. I think I can use those dudes. Yep. We're just putting out fires. Oh, but I think that sinks after a while. Do we get magmas in here? I think we do. Maybe. They're always around. Who is that? Oh, that's a bokoblin. Whoops. I don't need... Okay. Okay, all right. Oh yeah, I have a bow and arrow. Look at me thinking I needed to use my slingshot. Can I turn in my slingshot to Beatrice? Like, I don't even need it anymore. Underwater. See, I'm also hoping that we may learn how to fight underwater, and then you open up to like sharks, jellyfish, octopus, whales, eels, you know, things like that. I don't know how they would do that though. I don't really know how you'd fight underwater, but I'm telling you, the possibilities are endless. Love those games so much. And like the first one was one of those games where I finished it and I just kind of sat with myself on the couch and just listened and just played the entire... Oh, I think I'm supposed to ride that all the way down. And just listened to the entire finishing song and watched the entire ending, like all the credits and everything. And I just like sat there just marveling at what I had just witnessed. I just knew that it was probably going to be one of the best video games I'd ever played in my life. It was just amazing. Oh, I'm supposed to like aim at you guys. Oh, biscuits. Ah! Wait, my earrings are supposed to kick in. No fire damage. Get out of town. Oh, oh my gosh. At least they give me a heart for that. Ooh, this sucks with the Joy-Cons not together. I would argue that it's Peach that is always kidnapped. At least Zelda has varying and versatile forms of distress. She's put to magic sleep, turned to stone, disguised as a ninja, hurled through time. Bowser needs to get more creative. It's true. Well, I mean, he did turn into a freaking giant castle, which was wild. Really? I'm trying to get a good grip on my thing here. Oh, there's one behind me. This is terrible. Oh my gosh. Music from Super Mario Brothers play. Does this music sound kidnappy to you? Yeah, I'm with Mactastic. I don't feel like Zelda is I mean, she's just incapacitated most of the time. Well, maybe not completely. Yeah, what are we thinking on this one? Are we thinking that if you, like, for real, if you had never played this game before, I mean, what? What is this music? The exit at last. What's his name? Gold? Whoa! Don't scare me like that. I thought you were one of those monster creeps. And there is evidence that Link gets a better reward from his adventures than Peach baking Mario a celebratory cake. You got yourself a swanky pair of digging mitts, don't ya? Who are ya anyway? What you doing here? I'm on a quest. I get ya. Huh? Me? Oh, the name's Gold. I'm the big boss of the Magmas. I can't tell what kind of voice this guy has. Those digging mitts you got right there, I invented them. No offense, pal, but you don't look like the kind of guy I'd send in here on a treasure hunting mission. I love his little, like, hands together. He's like, no offense, Master Short Pants. But what do I know? You might just surprise me. So here's the deal. Word in the tunnels is there's a huge treasure hidden in these here ruins, but nobody who's ever seen it has come back to tell the tale. Well, then how do we know that it's in there then? Countless treasure hunters have disappeared in here. Poof, gone. As a treasure digger, I gotta warn you to just turn around and enjoy the many peaceful years of digging left to you, but you're gonna do this no matter what, I say, aren't ya? Pretty much. I think that's his hair, because look, it goes from his head all the way down. All right, then, I'm gonna let you in on an ancient treasure hunting legend passed down among generations of magmas. Every magma worth a handful of dirt knows this one. Here we go. Ye who seek the entrance to the king's treasure, look for the two statues that face one another. Show your bravery and jump into the mouth of the sleeping statue. Do this, and the path will open for... I don't remember any of this. You know what? I've never played Paper Mario. Never. Some of my guys are searching around here for treasure. If you get lost, holler at one of them. I do not remember that guy at all. Alexa, how much time is left on my timer? Ha! She didn't even set a timer. Alexa, set a timer for 1 minute, please. I was thinking in my head, I was like, man, this feels like I've had socks on my hands forever. Oh yeah, new music idea, because I've never played it. Oh, I just realized I don't have my baby monitor in here. That's okay. Whoa, this place is giant. Wow, I don't remember this place at all. I kind of remembered the first fireplace. The Paper Mario Origami King. Oh wait, are there two? I thought there was only one. there's one that has to do with a door, right? Apparently there's one with an origami king. Huh. Oh. Are they gonna give me stuff? No. Are they coming? Oh! Alexa, stop, please. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, I should have turned my camera on, but I didn't. Oh, there are a few? Man, I had no idea. Yeah, there's another music idea, but I'd like to... I mean, I'm so passionate about gaming anyway, but I also really love... Oh, those are stairs. Okay. I also really love music. And music becomes such a big part of the game. Like, you know, we now have music, video game music that is being nominated for Grammys, and we have video game music that, you know, really, video games would not be what they are without the music and without the soundtrack. And so I'm not only am I passionate about playing games and loving the stories, but I also really love the soundtracks. The soundtracks bring so much emotion into the gameplay, and the soundtracks are really kind of your soundtrack to your life for a while. And I can remember like where I was when I first played certain games because of the music. When I listen to the music, not only do I think of that part in the game, but I also think to myself, oh, I remember where I was, or like what time of life I was in when I first experienced that. I remember sitting on the floor with my back up against my bed trying to beat Radiance in Hollow Knight. I remember getting to Green Path in Hollow Knight. That was the moment in Hollow Knight where I was like, there is something special about this game. And I know not everybody agrees with me, John, but I was like, this is something different. There's something magical about this game. That was when I knew was Green Path. The music, the design, everything. It was just incredible. Oh. Oh my gosh. Instructions unclear. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to. Oh, game. Yep. Thanks. See you later. Bye. All right. So I just really love the music, just like video game music in general. Like a lot of it reminds me of like my family members. Like the Halo theme song will forever remind me of my dad, forever. And my dad may not really play it anymore. And I even brought it up to my sister, you know, that I was like, oh, if dad ever comes to visit, we can play Halo together. I have the Master Chief collection. My sister was like, he just doesn't play it anymore. You know, he's getting older, and that's fine. Like, I completely understand, but that will forever remind me of my dad. And then obviously just the Zelda theme song. You know, I've got a lot of memories wrapped up in that, not only from playing it, but also from like watching my dad play it with my brother. And I mean, I just have lots of memories wrapped up in it. So I thought it would be fun to listen to songs that I don't know anything about and try and guess what's happening in the scene. But we'll see how it goes, because you guys have given me so much music and I really appreciate it. I don't know if it's too vague to be like, listen to this and tell me what you think. Or if it's like, this is from this game, tell me what you think is happening in this game. You know what I mean? I wonder if we should bring it in just a teeny bit, because if it's just totally open-ended, it's like, well, this could be. But then at the same time, that provides a better challenge to be like, I don't know, this sounds like a super fancy art party where everybody's dressed in black and everybody has red accents and everybody's carrying a martini. I don't know. I doubt. Oh. I could have come up here the whole time. That's dumb. Wait a minute. 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 What is the... Oh. Is that where I came in? Is this where I came in? Oh, is it? What does that mean? What is that? What is that? It's just a hole. Okay, this is not where I came in. For sure. This has a save point. I think it would be cool to analyze it based on mood, feel, structure, instead of guessing which game or setting it's from. Then we can compare the results with the internet. So like, don't have the game. So just listen to it and just say, this is what this thinks. This is what this makes me think of. Now, I've seen this done on YouTube before with like music composers. Oh, no. where they'll listen to like the Hollow Knight theme song, or they'll listen to like, well, yeah, when you fight the final. Oh, okay, that was dumb. When you like the final battle of with the Hollow Knight or whatever. What's it called? Broken? No. Something vessel. Sealed vessel, I think it is, or something like that. And you know, just the music composer talking about what the song made him think of and what the mood was and whatnot. And he wasn't too far off. So I've seen it done that way. But I just thought it would be fun to do it myself, because you know, there are a heck of a lot of games I've never played, and a heck of a lot of really great game soundtracks that I've never listened to. So that is my plan. My problem with recording YouTube videos is the fact that when I have to record them, by the end of the day, I'm tired, A, and B, I have to like put myself together. Like, I can't just, like, after dinner, I just want to get in my pajamas or, like, something super relaxing, and I want to take my hair out of the bun that it's in, and I want to take all my bobby pins out and just put it up in a messy bun, and I kind of want to look like a toe for a little bit, but I can't if I'm going to record a YouTube video. I can't just look like a toe. Very Celeste-like. Hold on. I need to write that down. Symphonia? I've never even heard of it. And then I need to watch the Wholesome Direct. I've still got Marsupilami. And what was the other one? Ukulele? I feel like there's a ukulele game for sale for like $1.99 on the eShop right now. I am very good at looking like a toe. I can. Definitely looked like a toe many times in my life. I just want to sometimes feel like I'm looking like a toe, and that's okay. I just need to, you know, it's fine. That's my biggest problem with recording YouTube videos is I'm like, I don't want to like stay dressed all day. I just want to change into like comfortable clothes. Can I? I see. Understand. Will that reach him? Yes, it will. But that's honestly my biggest issue. I have a lot of ideas for things I want to make YouTube videos about, and I just never, unless I do them in the middle of the day, which I don't because my kids are, you know, my kids are home and I never do them in the middle of the day, they don't get done because I don't do them. I want to do them. I don't want to do them at the end of the night. So am I supposed to do this? What am I supposed to do with that? They are releasing a remastered version, Yuka Replay. A Hat in Time? Okay, wait. Is that ukulele? Oh, and I hear great things about Monument Valley. Monument Valley is coming to Switch. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget it. I was for a minute tempted to upload Through the Fire and Flames to see what mood and style you'd get from that piece of music. For me, the mood I have is the desire to hurl a plastic guitar through the window. Agreed. Okay, wait, A Hat in Time. So that's a ukulele one. Okay, wait. I just had a music analysis class where we did a lot of that. It was cool being forced out of my comfort zone and analyze music as objectively as possible. So you're saying you don't think I should know what the game is. I should just listen to it and say, this reminds me of this. I think Monument Valley is being released on the Switch. And I've always wanted to play it, but if it's released on the Switch, then I could stream it. There is one game on the phone, actually, that I would love to stream. It's been so long since I've played it, but so long that I really don't remember much about it at all, but I remember absolutely loving it. It's called... Oh, I think I understand, maybe. It's called Love You to Bits. I played it on an iPhone. I don't know if it's available on Android. I would imagine it probably is. But it was a great little game. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. You are trying to put your robot girlfriend back together, and all the pieces of her are spread all throughout the galaxy. And it's a little point and click puzzle game. It's so cute. Maybe I can, because I could stream it to my computer, right? Maybe they have a desk. This is how I feel with motion controls. Unsuspecting Bokoblin is unsuspecting. Hey, it's Jane! Yeah, and The Impossible Lair is basically Yooka-Laylee 2 and is a spiritual successor to Donkey Kong Country by some original developers. That's what I remember. I was looking to see for deals. I was actually looking to potentially get my brother Moonlighter for his birthday. I was going to get him Moonlighter, and I was going to get him SteamWorld Dig too, because both of them are only like, I think together, I think it's $7 for both of them. My brother loves Metroidvanias. I have not. Whoa, I thought it moved. Now I understand. I got it. I do understand now. I was like, that can't be the only reason to just get rid of those bokoblins. I don't think so. Moonlighter is also great. I highly recommend Moonlighter. It's really fun. It's really not super challenging, even though there's combat. Yes, baby. Okay, I gotta go. You know what? It's time for me to get her out of quiet time anyway. Okay, I'll be there in a second. Let me finish writing this down. So that's not a ukulele. It's called Hat in Time. Okay, she just went potty, so I gotta go help her. And I just need to get her set up with her screens anyway. So I'll pull up words on stream for you guys. So give me just a minute. Oh, okay, so you can play it on Android? Oh my gosh, it's so fun. It's been so long since I've played it, but it was so clever. And I remember being like, I would play all games like this. I love them. It's a little point and click adventure game. It's like a puzzle game. Loved it. I thought it was great. That's good to know. It's excellent to know. Okay, hold on. I will read your guys' message when I come back. What? You what? So you didn't? I'll come. It's okay. It's all right, baby. Okay, let me pull up words on stream for y'all and get her situated. This will be a little mini intermission. I will be right back. That is an excellent question, Lindsay. I thought raccoon was spelled 2 C's, 2 O's. Hey, it's DJBJ. Also, Hayes. How's it going, Hayes? The sea raccoon. Hold on. I want to go up here because Mactastic said something. I think it would be interesting. It would be interesting to compare your reaction to the scene of whatever game it's in afterward and see if your reaction evokes the visual intent the music supports. And if not, does it still fit? Or maybe then exploring if seeing it with the visual context would alter the reaction. Okay, I won't ask for the game then. I'll go in as blind as I possibly can, which was kind of the goal. One of the things that's interesting about the Horizon Zero Dawn / Forbidden West soundtracks is how they somehow feel both primitive and futuristic at the same time, because that's how Horizon Zero Dawn / Forbidden West is. It takes place, what, like 2,000 years in the future or something like that, but humanity has reverted back to these primitive tribes. And so it's like the way that they make the music sound both futuristic and primitive at the same time it's crazy to me. Some of my favorite, I mean, the Horizon Zero Dawn soundtrack is wonderful, but I would say that they step it up even more in Horizon Forbidden West. Some of my favorite like themes, I guess, from that whole game franchise. Yeah, so I'm gonna be listening to those songs and trying to figure out what is supposed to be going on in that scene without knowing anything about the song and just kind of seeing what's gonna happen. Waiting for the acoustic panels I want to go on sale. All painting is done. Okay, this is for your office. I would love to not crash. I forgot I was like flying a thing. I would love to add, well, what I'd really love is to add an extra like driveway or like part of our driveway around the side of the house. So Ander could park his truck on the side of the house instead of just parking it right in front of the, right in front of our, like our not our driveway, our garage door. We're gonna make it, right? Yeah, we did. This gives us a current. Love a 3-car garage. It's funny because when we first moved into the house, it's like we moved from a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. And so I was like, we're gonna have so much space. It's gonna be amazing. And I still find myself, well, part of the reason is that Ander, all his life, his mom has always used their garage for storage, period. He was like, our family never parked cars in the garage, ever. Our garage was always filled with all my mom's fabric and just stuff. And that's how his mom's garage is now, just tons of stuff. And I've had to help her move multiple times, and I have moved all that fabric. And I'm like, dude, what the heck are you? Oh my gosh, look, there's his little feet. Remember I was asking what his feet look like? That stuff looks hot! I wouldn't mind a little hot bath for my sore shoulders, but this is too much! Dude, who put you up there? What have we got here? Another new guard? Ha! You can't break me with interrogation, son. You'll never make me talk. Son and done. I'm not some sideshow for you to gawk at. Get lost. Shoo now! Shoo now. Shoo now. I'll save you, buddy. What's his name? Silva? Silva. I'm sorry. Am I just supposed to, like, blow this away? Oh my gosh. So Anders' mom like used their garage for literally just stuff, and that's what her garage looks like now. We always parked our cars in the garage. But we had a big like unfinished basement in our downstairs. Like we had an unfinished basement downstairs, so we had a pretty big storage room. But that's the funny thing is Anders' mom did too, and yet she still used the garage for crap. That's how much crap she had. Anyway, so when it came to moving into a house, I was like, I will not park my car out in the driveway and use the garage for storage. I just won't do it. I lived in an apartment for almost 10 years, and I absolutely, well, excuse you, sir. And I just refuse. I will not do it. I want to park my car in the garage. I'm tired of coming in to I'm tired of getting in a hot car because it's been sitting out in the sun all day. I refuse. I want my car in the garage. And then Ander has thousands of dollars of like boat stuff and like fishing gear that's on his boat. So his boat has to go in the garage. So we can't store anything in our garage, hardly anything at all. So it's kind of astounding that like we moved into this house and I'm still finding myself going, we have double the amount of space. And yet I'm still like, why don't I have any space for this stuff? And it's because houses these days really don't have a lot of storage space anyway. Like we have a tiny little closet in this room. We don't have a linen closet. We have a tiny little closet to put our coats in and our vacuum and like my steamer in. But our closets just aren't very big. And since we don't have a double stair, like we didn't want 2 stories because I didn't want to deal with the heat rising on a second floor. Because I just knew cooling the house was going to be hard enough, just 1 floor. And if we added a second floor, it was going to be a nightmare. So we purposely did not get a house with 2 stories, but that leaves a lot of storage space. Like we had a nice little storage area under our stairs when I was in Utah. So that would give you a nice little like closet space, but we don't have that. So we own our house. That's true, we did. We doubled the size of our family, and so we just have more stuff. Yeah, I was like, gosh dang it, I parked out in that parking lot for over 10 years and got into a steaming hot car and had to put a baby in a steaming hot car seat. Like we tried everything to keep it. We covered it with blankets, towels, all sorts of stuff. Because I was like, you know, because obviously we didn't want Auden or Charlotte getting into a super, super cold car. Or a super hot car. But like, man, I was like, I earned this garage. I was like, no. So every once in a while I think to myself, well, maybe I should just start parking out in the driveway and we just use that to, absolutely not. No, you earned that garage. Don't do it. Whoa, I beg your pardon, good sir, or madam. I don't know. Do they have genders? I don't know. They're slimes. Who knows? Who knows? We don't want to stay here permanently. No, because it's just not where we want to put down roots, and that's fine. We're really happy with our house. We really like our house a lot. But it's definitely not long. Work with me here, buddy. Thanks. But it's not our forever home, which is fine. Totally fine. But we really would have loved to stay in Austin, but we just couldn't afford to stay in Austin. And everybody asked us that. They were like, why did you move where you did? And I'm like, because we could afford a house. Pretty much. Like, we never could have afforded a house if we'd stayed in Austin. We could have like a 1-bedroom bungalow. That's it. No, it's not worth it. I feel like I earned my garage, yes. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, I think I understand, maybe? Can you do... Okay, wait. Can you do this? Can he take it? No. Can I, like, grab it? I have... Oh, thanks for that. Yeah, go where the fish take you. I know, we were just talking about Idaho the other day, and Ander was like, there is a lake. 'Tis a secret lake that has been putting out massive smallmouth bass. And it's in Idaho. And none of the professional anglers talk about it. Nobody wants to say it. Nobody wants to name it. Nobody wants to talk about it. It's like the best kept secret. That could potentially get me to visit Idaho. And I was like, wait. Would you say visit Idaho? Because all of a sudden I was thinking, oh my gosh, maybe we'll move to Idaho and we'll be closer to my dad. And Andrew goes, oh, whoa. Move? No, no. We would not move to Idaho. We would visit Idaho. And I was like, oh, well, not that I necessarily want to live in Idaho either, but I would rather live in Idaho than live, like, I would like to be closer to my family, but I also understand that Anders' job, like, he has to be around good bass fishing, and it's not good enough to only have one lake. Like, he needs multiple lakes. He guides at 10 different lakes in the Austin area, whereas if he was a fishing guide in, like, Idaho, he could only ever guide at like one. I gotta do the thing. How do am I supposed to like, who are we to judge what other people are doing in their garage? I would build a giant workshop, but I'm not judging those who own one. I know we could become a potato farmer. They also get a break for potato, like Spudfest or something. They get like a break off in like September for Spudfest or something. I don't know. I can't remember. I lived in Idaho for 2 years of my life. I don't remember how much time we got. Okay, those hurt you. Well, they're literally everywhere. So, and obviously, I have an idea. Wait. I think it's coming back to me. I think you can like, I think you can skewer one. Yeah, you can. Boom. Yeah, hard to fish for bass and salt. So Andrew made a promise to himself early on that he was never going to visit Idaho ever in a million years. But apparently this new fishing lake that has kind of become this best kept secret, he's like, I would visit Idaho. Idaho's beautiful. Idaho is gorgeous. My biggest problem with Idaho is that it gets so G-dang cold. I don't want snow 6 months out of the year. I just don't. I don't mind snow sometimes. I don't want it 6 months out of the year. And when I grew up and when we lived in Idaho for my first and second grade year, I didn't think about it much because I was a kid. And we lived literally right next door to my elementary school. Like, we're talking, like, nowadays schools have these, like the schools here have these massive like areas and have these big giant, I mean, they take up lots and lots of space. The school that I went to, our house was literally right next to the parking lot. So we just like, boop, we could walk. It took us 3 minutes to make it from our house to the school's doors. So like, yeah, I had to have snow pants and gloves and hats and things, but like, we didn't even have to get in the car. We were just, and my brother and I went to school at the same school. So we just walked together. I mean, you could see our backyard from the field. It was in like a no man's land. Like, we weren't technically allowed to go there. There were like soccer posts or soccer goal posts, and like we weren't supposed to go past those. But I would see my mom out gardening and I'd be like, hi Mom, and she'd wave. Like, it was right there. So I didn't really ever think about it and the snow and stuff when I was a kid. But when you're a parent, snow becomes so problematic because, okay, there are two of those dudes. Of course there are. Because then you got to get your kids dressed all the time. And like, in Texas, even when it's cold, you can still kind of just wear like flip-flops and just kind of deal with it, you know, for a minute. You're only in the cold for a minute. But like, man, in Idaho and in Utah, it's so cold. I don't know about Colorado though. Mactastic can tell me about Colorado. That's how I feel about Florida. I swore I would never live there again. Now the only way I go back is if we can ever afford to live right next to Disney, and if we never need to leave and actually go inside of real Florida, then maybe I'll consider it. That's a whole lot of caps lock, Smackstastic. If maybe. If Ava went to public school, she would go to one that's literally a block away. Yeah, Charlotte's is relatively close, but it's across a busy street, so we don't like actually walk. She doesn't walk there, but she can, you know, she can take the bus. Can I like? Yeah. Oh, am I supposed to hit you now? Oh my gosh, I did it! Oh no. Ow! No! My earrings are like, we're here, buddy, it's okay. Wow, that was a lot less work than I thought it was gonna be. And even Ander is like, I don't necessarily really mind snow, but it's when it's just snow for like 6 months out of the year that is absolutely a problem. I do not want snow for 6 months out of the year. I don't mind having snow for like a month, you know, like a day or two, or even like a week. But I do not want snow for 6 months out of the year, and I'm with him. So I don't know what's Colorado like. Like I would imagine that but I think Colorado is a dry climate, so warm is not as warm and cold is not as cold. Well, that's what they say about Utah, and Utah gets pretty dang cold. Idaho also gets pretty dang cold. You know, I've been to Denver, and Denver was lovely. 40 degrees in Florida chills you to the bone. 40 degrees in Colorado is like t-shirt weather. Yep. Also Texas, because it's so humid. Ooh, the humidity is like a totally different animal. I've worn my hair back in a bun since summer vacation started because there's literally no point in me flat ironing it because the second I walk outside, it just goes. The humidity's nuts. I was watching you, pal. You really sucked it to those lava stingers. Fingers. Amazing stuff. And if you don't mind doing one more thing while you're at it, how about you get me down from here? Don't worry about it, Silva. I got you. I got you. What is that? Why is there that? What does that mean? So I can... Oh, okay. Oh, because all the stuff is gone. Anyway, I don't know. We've talked about possibly moving. I mean, we wouldn't move for a really long time because Anders' business... I mean, we couldn't move until Ander was able to figure out something else to do other than just guide. Is he going to become like a fishing YouTuber? I don't know. Is he going to start his own fishing show? Is he going to open a tackle shop? Because he knows all of the best tackle. Like, a tackle shop would be really cool because he knows all the good things that people want, and he could take Stixel to work. He almost did that. We almost did that when we were in Austin. We thought about it. I was like, wouldn't that be cool for you to own your own little like tackle shop and, you know, take May, our old dog, to work, and you could sell all the stuff that you know fishermen want instead of just kind of, you know. He could also do rod and reel repair, but so that's what they do. They bounce up and down on his little, is that a tail? I don't know who you are or where you're from, but I owe you big time. Are you here looking for treasure too? Treasure? Well, no point in trying to hide it. There's only one reason you could have for coming so far in here. I can see it on your face. You're here because the legend of the sleeping statue, right? Can you see anything? Are your horns made of hair? But those are some busted old digging mitts. You can't go using them for treasure hunting. I got it. As thanks, I'm gonna give you a replacement pair from my secret stash. Don't you go nowhere. Is he just gonna dig? Yeah, of course he is. Snow usually happens around late January, February, and so far it's only happened a couple times each year. Only one year we had maybe a foot of snow where we are. Otherwise, a few inches here and there for maybe 3 months. Springs lately have been wet, which is good because we were in fire country. Summers could be 100 degrees midday, but will be 50 and 60 at night. Apparently we need to move to Colorado. That sounds amazing. I just realized you're from Austin, Texas, complaining about places being cold. Maybe you're just used to it being hot and muggy. Well, I'm originally from Utah. And I grew up with it being really, really cold. And I did not love the cold either. Like when Ander and I got married and when we decided we wanted to move somewhere, both of us were like, please, no snow. But as we've progressed through, you know, our marriage and moving to Texas and everything, I have become more like, I would really love to be somewhere where they had a little more 4 seasons instead of just blazingly hot and not as hot. But I would have stayed in Austin forever, but we couldn't afford to stay in Austin. And so now I'm like, well, I don't want to stay in Texas then because I have a lot of Austin pride, but I don't like anywhere else. I'm kind of like, eh. And Ander feels the same way. Like Ander moved so much when he was younger. Okay, wait, these allow me to go down holes. Is that what they said? Whoa. I don't remember this at all. He's like, hey, pal, how would those mitts straighten ya? If you want to get a good look above ground, try pressing ZL. Got it? Okay. Is above ground supposed to be one? I lived kind of outside. We certainly didn't live downtown. We lived like right up by Lake Travis. So we were kind of on the cusp of Austin and Cedar Park. And it was lovely, but we were in an apartment and it was just apartments all along our big street. We lived along this big road that was called Farm to Market 620. And it was just this big road that was like a 2-lane freeway kind of, but there were lots of businesses along it, but it was mostly just apartments. And so it didn't have a very homey feel to it, but I just loved all the restaurants Austin had to offer, all the shopping Austin had to offer. And now we're getting a temple in Austin. And so it's only going to be, I mean, even from where we are now, it's going to be under an hour to get there, which is going to be great. But like everything I needed was there. And then we moved here an hour away. And now it's like, there are a lot of things we do not have here. Okay, wait, hold on. Lindsay says Denver was quite mild in the short time when I lived there. I forgot about the return of the gator voices. I know Later Alligator was the best. And you know what I realized? I was just thinking about it the other day because remember she's like, oh, I'll hold my horses. I've been holding my horses. I've held my horses in a sweet caress or whatever she says. I realized, and he goes, how come you never hold me like that, Bon? And it's because she's freaking in love with Bubs. The guy that works at the restaurant or the guy that works at the hotel. That's why. Bonnie and Bubs. I think it's Bonnie. I think so. I'm sure there's a Four Seasons in Austin or another luxury hotel. You know what? You are right, because I'm pretty sure that when I first learned how to do eyelash extensions, I'm pretty sure we actually did it at the Oh, no, we did not. I learned how to do eyelash extensions for the... Oh, I thought that was going to be a treasure thing. I first learned how to do eyelash extensions on a rainy day in downtown Austin. And I was told you don't need to bring anything with you. It was a Sunday morning. That was when I was working Monday through Saturday. And so like Sunday was my only day with Ander. It was not ideal. And I was really mad about having to go, but that was the only time I could go. And so I went and I decided to I had this massage table because I was doing some waxing on some clients like out of my house at the time. This was like over 10 years ago. And, I brought this massage table because I just thought, well, it's probably best for me to just bring this just in case. And the teacher showed up like 45 minutes late, very clearly did not want to be there. She had driven there from like Georgia or something. I don't even know. It was a rainy Sunday morning. I had to park far away from the hotel. I think it was at a Hyatt. But we were in this conference room and there were a whole bunch of us there. And she was like, so does somebody have a massage table? They had specifically told me I didn't need to bring one, but luckily I did. It was the dumbest class. However, she was just not a very good teacher. You could tell she didn't want to be there. She was really annoyed at having to be there. She just seemed really tired and really irritated with everybody. And when we were all there, she got there late and she goes, did y'all not get my email? And we were like, your email? And she goes, yes, I sent y'all an email saying that there was some traffic and that I was stuck and I was going to be 2 hours late or something like that. I don't remember what it was. We'd all been there at 8:00 a.m. on the dot. It was downtown Austin. It had taken me a while to get down there and it was raining. I was so annoyed. I was like, an email? Are you kidding? Not everybody at that point, not everybody had a smartphone. So I was like, no, I don't check my email on Sunday mornings regularly. So she was really obnoxious. However, when I took those eyelash extension tweezers in my hands, this sounds really stupid, but, oh, we've got another one. Is he wearing a hat or is that his hair? I picked up those tweezers in my hands and I swear they felt warm. It was like, this is your calling. And I did really well. I learned how to do them. I was in it. I loved it, but the class was stupid. I hated the class. Class was terrible, but it got me started. So I'm glad I went, but I have waited for someone to tell me to hold my horses for months just so I can use that line. I don't remember what it says, but the wand chooses the wizard. Yeah, I was pretty good at lash extensions right off the bat. And she had told us not to drink coffee before we came, which I don't drink coffee anyway. But my coworker that came with me had decided to drink a big coffee, and her hands were so shaky while we were trying to work on each other. And I've just always had really steady hands. So that's one reason I was really good at doing eyelash extensions. But bronzy, or is it bronzy? It should just be bro. Get me off of this chain. I'm not asking you to do it for nothing, though. Set me free and I'll tell you the big, gigantic secret about this room. It's a secret about treasure, okay? What is he wearing on his head? Stop struggling. Doesn't help you. I feel like that's important, probably. And that is probably also important. Oh. That game, you guys, it was one of the best games I've ever played. I loved it. Later Alligator was fantastic. And I was going to gift it to my brother, but I was hesitant to gift it to him on the Switch. He likes playing on PlayStation, but he prefers playing on the Switch because he can play on the Switch while he's on tour. And I almost gifted it to him, but then I was like, no, because I would imagine it's kind of hard for you to play it with joysticks. It's very much a point and click. But then I remembered, oh, the Switch is like touchscreen. So I bet you could probably play it that way. Auden loves to play Donut County. That's what these guys remind me of. They just scream Jersey. I don't know why, but they just do. You felt that way about your first accounting class. Sometimes they just fit. Yep. The class was dumb. The teacher was not very nice. And it was kind of weird because, oh, can I get out? Oh. Why? I don't understand. Oh, I think I'm supposed to do this one first. I think so. My salon owner actually went to an eyelash extension class first. And it was a terrible class. And the teacher, once again, teacher showed up late, claimed she got in a car accident, but there was nothing wrong with her car. It was just stupid. And so they were like, well, what can we do to make it up to you? And she was like, freaking let my estheticians come to an esthetician, like an eyelash class. You owe me a class. And they were like, okay. So she came with us, and it was me and my coworker, and it was all day long. It went from like 8 a.m. to like 5. But it changed my life. It was a terrible class, but I learned the basics, and it would have sucked, and it wouldn't have like done anything for me if I had stayed at that salon. But because I got the training to do the eyelash extensions, it gave me the confidence to apply at the lash salon I ended up moving to, where I did lash extensions for like 8.5 years and became a manager and helped open the salon. I was the second lash person they hired. And so, I mean, it really did. It totally changed my life, and I loved it. I loved working there. I loved my clients. I loved what I did, and it absolutely changed my life. So even though it was a crappy, like, first training, are you kidding me? Look! As if that was his fault. Sorry I missed out on the stream. I was in a car accident. Were you really in a car accident? I'm sitting here mocking you because that's what I said that teacher did. I hope you didn't get in a car accident. You should not be watching a stream while you're driving, John. I really hope you're okay. Hey, it's Techno! I know, it really kind of does, doesn't it? The Earth Temple is a lot better. It's definitely a better temple. Although this one was just... John Steed. This one, like, I love the design and I like the music. But yeah, it definitely tries really hard to be something, even though it's... Oh. Even though it's kind of not. It's okay. It's fine. I don't remember John Ramos Steed. But yeah, she was just like, she very clearly did not want to be at that class. And she was like, we didn't have any kids. Listen, you really think I would divulge super secret info about treasure? My mama didn't raise no patsy. I spent too long finding that info. Huh? Those gloves are from my brother's secret collection. Are you friends with my brother or something? I helped him. Wait, wait, wait. There's something I want to give you. I'll just go get it. Wait here. Now I'm imagining you being really excited about eyelash extensions. So you have a dog walking around with them on. I could put eyelash extensions on anything. If it would hold still long enough, I would do it. You know what? I used to drive the little, so my salon owner, when she opened up the salon, she had a little Volkswagen Beetle that she named Lucy, and she put like a big magnet. It's not even called this anymore. She bought out of the franchise, but the franchise was the Lash Lounge. And she had a big Lash Lounge like magnet that went on the side of it, and she had car lashes on Lucy. And so if I ever had to go run like errands or something, I would ask if I could drive Lucy, and she'd let me, and I'd just drive Lucy around Austin, and then I would tell people like that we did eyelash extensions and whatnot. It was so much fun. But then when I started watching, oh, there's a hidden room in here. So in return, please don't tell anyone I was captured. It'll just be our little secret. Okay, it's a secret. Why are you carrying a bag on your head? I don't understand. Oh! Oh, his horns are made of hair. We meet again. Sorry, but I kind of happened to overhear the conversation. It seems one of my guys was giving you a hard time. Sorry about that. But that stuff he was saying was all true. There's a breeze coming from somewhere in this room. I tell ya, I can smell it. That head bag is his lunch, probably. Probably? There's a breeze? Okay. Funny as they are, Mogmas don't make any sense. It's true. Oh, and I got the map. It feels very late in the game, but that's okay. Yeah, anything I told Ander I could give him. I actually asked him if I could do eyelash extensions on him because I'm convinced. I think eyelash extensions look great on men. You do the same length as their lashes with just a little bit of curl. Lifts their lashes a little bit, gives them some contrast, doesn't make it look like they're wearing mascara. I am 100% convinced that all men in Hollywood have them, and it's one of the best kept beauty secrets in Hollywood. Because when I did my only set I ever did on a guy, that's what he looked like when he finished. He had that bright-eyed kind of red carpet look that I see all these actors have, and I was like, that's it. That's it. They're all getting eyelash extensions, and none of them will talk about it. I'm telling you. Give me that salon. I will go work there. I will do all the eyelash extensions on all the pretty Hollywood men. I only did one set on a guy. If you're feeling adventurous, there just might be a hidden route. I'm only half paying attention to what these dudes are saying. I wonder where the wall could be. That's a good thing I have a bomb. I'll bet it's here, probably. Oh, maybe not, because there's another alcove right there. Okay, wait, hold on. Oh, that makes the same sound. Whoa. What constitutes this room? Is he talking about this room, like this one right here? What does my map have to say? Oh, is it like right behind me? It's right here. Right? Yeah, I just have to look at my map. That's it. Right there, probably. Did you just say the point of makeup is to look like you're not wearing any? Because I've heard that. No, I don't think so. I think it really just kind of depends on the person. I have never been a big makeup person, and it's because I'm not very good at it, and it's because I am just not, hold on. Hold the phone. I'm just not passionate about it. Some people are really passionate about it. When I was in middle school, I started, okay, there's nothing there. I started wearing makeup because my friend told me that I just should. And so I started wearing makeup, but I have yeah, Susie's secret lash extension for sirs. Yes. I'm telling you. Can I move that? No. Wow, he looks sinister. He looks very angry. If I found you in my house, good sir, we would have a problem, like a major problem. I would not be down. Oh, I have found someone just like you, actually, outside my apartment. He wasn't quite that large, but he was pretty big. One of those big purple centipedes. Found one right outside my apartment in Austin. It was a bad situation. So oftentimes I did hear from women that they wanted to look like they were wearing mascara, but they didn't want to have the hassle of wearing mascara. And so one of our kind of key like taglines was, I woke up looking like this, right? Or lash naps are the best naps because then you just wake up looking like this, which is true. And so, yeah, I think it really just kind of depends on the person because not everybody is good at makeup. And I have, seriously, will you just hold still? I have the kind of skin where when I try to put on like liquid foundation, my skin just turns really scaly and it doesn't look good. It looks weird. And so I have never, ever been able to use liquid foundation. It just looks bad on my skin. I've tried every single kind and I've tried all these different, I've tried exfoliating, I've tried all these different ways, and I've tried all these different tips and tricks from people, and they've been like, oh, well, you need to try this, or you haven't tried ours. I've tried it all and my skin just doesn't do well with it. So I gave up on it. So I decided to invest in my skincare rather than makeup. Because I thought to myself, well, I can probably, is he going to come right at me? No, he's not. I thought to myself, well, I can just make my skin look nice. I can make my skin looks nice. I can make my skin look nice, and then I don't need to wear makeup because I felt like I sucked at putting on makeup. So it really kind of depends on what your goal is. I think makeup can make people look really lovely, but I also feel like makeup can look really overdone. And I think a lot of times people will become blind to when they're wearing too much makeup because they put so much on and they're so used to that they don't see that it really doesn't look natural. But if you're not going for a natural look, then don't go for a natural look. That's totally fine. All I'm saying is, obviously, there are a lot of men that don't want to look like they're wearing makeup, but they want to look nice. I don't think there's anything wrong with putting on some foundation or maybe putting on a little bit of like blush on your nose to make you look like you got a little bit of color, or putting on maybe a little bit of lip color or like lip gloss or something. I don't think that's a problem at all. Like, people should put stuff on that makes them feel beautiful and makes them feel confident. And that's what eyelash extensions do for most people. And so when I did a set on a guy, he loved them. He thought they looked amazing, and he wouldn't let me take a picture. And I was sad about it because I was like, you don't understand. I need this before and after. This proves everything. This is amazing. And he was like, no, you can't take a before and after. I was like, take it. So I didn't. But, and Lindsay says, my skin is still thriving under my new Susie recommended regimen. Oh, I'm so glad. That makes me so happy. I may not have done skincare for a long time. Like, it's been a long time since I've done a facial on somebody, but I still am passionate about helping people understand how to take care of their skin, because I don't care who you are. You absolutely feel more confident when you feel like you look nice, and when you don't feel like all my sweet girls, my youth girls, a lot of them kind of have problematic skin because they're going through puberty, and I totally get it. And I totally, I understand, like, anybody that says that skincare isn't that important, that is not true. I see my girls with their like hair down over their face, and they wear hoods and stuff, and they like don't want to show their face. And I know it's because they're self-conscious, but I also don't want to be like, hey, so you know how you have problematic skin? I don't want to do that either, because now I'm drawing attention to it. So what I do is I pull their parent aside and I'm like, hey, do you want me to send you a list of like some things that she could use? As, you know, tell me about her skin, because everybody deserves to feel comfortable being able to show their face and be, you know, not be afraid and not feel like they have to hide their face. So I don't know. I'm passionate about it, but I am definitely passionate also about eyelash extensions, because it offered me a way to be creative and create something, but also offer confidence to, it was usually women, but I really offered confidence. That's what I did. I offered confidence and I offered therapy. Because they'd come in and lay down on the table and close their eyes. And I don't know what it is, but when people close their eyes, it's like they didn't realize, they couldn't see my reactions. I can't tell you how many times a client of mine would tell me something and I would be like, But they didn't see that because their eyes were closed. And I'd be like, oh my gosh. But they didn't know because my eyes were closed. So I was, or their eyes were closed. So I was like, oh, well. Sometimes, or they'd say something and I'd be like, because I was totally by myself in the room with them with their eyes closed. There is no locked door in here, right? Yeah, this place is confusing. Okay. I do love the Magmas, but they kind of... Okay, wait. Oh, right. Just like... I would let you put lashes on me and take pictures. After being in amateur theater for 20 years, there's almost nothing I've not done to ridicule myself. Ander has had almost every single spa service done to him. And you know what? I feel like I actually may have put a lash or two on him. I think before I started streaming relatively full-time, or not full-time, but like super often as I do now, I was going to do a lash extension YouTube channel, and I was going to teach like tips and tricks that I learned, and I was going to try to do some kind of training type things, maybe do like a Patreon or something. That was when I was pregnant with Auden. But I think I did actually record a video of me, but it was just a close-up of Ander's eye, and I was putting the gel pads on underneath, and then I think I was just showing how to separate out one lash, because you use 2 pairs of tweezers and you separate the lashes from each other and just get one lash in the middle, and then you take your other tweezer and pick up your fake eyelash, dip it in glue, and then you put it on the lash like that. I've got videos of it. I think I've still got them on my YouTube channel. I think they're private somewhere. But it's actually really satisfying to watch. It's like weirdly super satisfying to watch. But I do have some before and after pictures. This place is massive. Okay, we just came from there, right? But I've got friends that have, you know, I know people. I've gone to church with people and stuff that have acne scarring and everything. And like, skincare matters. It absolutely matters. And if you can feel more confident, like holding your chin up and, you know, being willing to kind of show your face, like that's a huge thing. But unfortunately, when it comes to teenagers, most teenagers don't have any control over that, because it's like, oh, well, my parents are the ones that buy me the stuff. So I kind of have to talk to the parents and be like, if you want to help with her skin, then this is what you should do. Okay, we already did this. Where is this key? Where does this key go? Oh. Goes all the way over there. I love the concept of putting a live explosive in your pocket for later. I know. Or as Charlotte used to say, after later. Can we do this after later? Sure. After later? I just found a notebook in my closet the other day. I went through my closet and I just found a notebook of Charlotte's little sayings that Charlotte used to say. Like, she used to call sunscreen sunscream. My personal favorite is SpongeBob and Patrick were SpongeBob and traffic. It doesn't get much better than that. Oh, I feel like, oh. Yeah, SpongeBob and traffic. She used to call the song Single Ladies, Hands and Legs. And then she used to call One Direction Many Actions. Oh my gosh. I've got this little list. And then of course, both my girls used to call gloves glubs. And Charlotte tried to correct Auden one time, and I was like, don't you dare correct her. That is the cutest thing ever. And then the other day we were in the car and Auden went, I have a struggle. And I said, oh, what does that mean? And she was like, I sometimes forget my words. And I was like, yeah. But you could tell she was kind of like, I have a struggle. It was so sweet. Bless her. Yeah, you missed those. Stefania would correct her and then a month later be like, I miss how she would say that. Well, then don't correct her. She's gonna learn. I mean, come on now. She's gonna learn that it's not glub. Let her just say glub. But Charlotte will do that. She'll correct her. I'll be like, don't make my baby grow up so fast. Don't do it. How the fruit do we get over there? Okay, wait. Wait a... What? Oh, wait a minute. I have an idea. This is confusing. My partner does this all the time. Like, corrects. You're like, shut up. Don't ruin this. Don't ruin this for me or... Yeah, I have a bunch of them written down for Charlotte. I don't think I have as many written down for Auden. But I love struggle. I have a struggle. And then, what else does she say? What has she said? Charlotte used to say calendar for counter. She'd be like, yeah, it's up on the calendar. She said that till she was like 8. But it was just habit at that point. It was totally just habit. But I love you. But I love you. Bye, Lindsay. I love you. Have an excellent rest of your day. I will try to do my best to figure out where the fruit we're going. Oh, maybe that is it. How do you get down there? Oh, there's a door. What? This is so confusing. There's no way to... Oh, yes, there is. Oh! Ah! Whoa! Ah! Oh my gosh, I have no way to fight this dude. That's where you're supposed to go, right there. I have no way to fight this guy. Do I have water? This temple is not straight fire. No, it's not. Have I done that? I don't know. I don't think so. Wait, have I? I have a key? Okay, I'm looking for a key door. Door with a key. Coyote. Oh, that's so cute. Coyote. Trying to think of what, Peacock instead of peacock. Oh, that's so cute. We've also gotten sanitizer and handbox. Sanitizer for hand sanitizer and handbox for sandbox. So what? How do you even, I mean, oh. Oh my gosh, I was in the right place. Okay. I was in the right place. I think I need to go out that way, the way I just came in. Dang it. Boo. No. She also used to refuse the ride hobby horses because they can't giddy up. They don't have feet. Gosh. Oh, we miss our babies. Oh, man. I have this little video of Charlotte, me asking her if she wants lunch. And she goes, oh, yes, indeed. And it's not even a video. It's just a voice recording. Bless her. Charlotte didn't have a stutter. Charlotte said her R's never struggled with any of that, but Auden definitely has a little stutter. And I took her to the doctor. I took her to the doctor to get it kind of just, you know, to have the doctor listen to her. And he was like, if she still has it in, you know, X amount of day or X amount of months, then, you know, obviously, and it hasn't never gone away. And, but by the time I kind of like tried to reach out to the school year was almost up. So we're going to get started with the school year, hopefully, to try and skinny up. Oh, that's so cute. Skinny up. My friend's little boy used to say, trick my treat for trick or treat. Trick my treat. Oh my gosh. Let's see. What did I used to say? I used to say, I couldn't say my R's when I was really little, so I used to say boys and gews for boys and girls. Boys and gews. My sister used to call toucans trash cans. And one time we were playing a game where she was supposed to be describing a genie, and she could read, and she thought it was Genny. We were like, it has to be a genie. Like, she was answering all our questions. We were like, it has to be a genie. And she was like, it's not. It's not. And then finally we were like, well, what is it? And she said, it's a Genny. We're laughing so hard. Ortport? Oh my gosh. Ortport. That actually reminds me, apparently, oh, there is a different level down there. How is those things? How do you get down there? There are a lot of holes down there. Do we go out this way? That's the only way out, right? Apparently in the bingo or the Bluey episode, oh, we have, oh my goodness. I was like right there. Are you kidding me? I am not smart. This freaking temple. What is this place? The fire sanctuary. Sanctuary! Apparently there's a Bluey episode where she says airport, but she says airport. Airport? I'm not going to the airport. And apparently nobody knew what she was saying. I picked it up as airport, but apparently on like TikTok and Instagram, people were like, what the heck is she saying? Airport? I'm not going to the airport. But like context clues, like they're saying, hey, bingo, I heard your dad's going to the airport. Airport? Or no, he's like, did you get to go to the airport? Aren't you excited? She's like, airport? I'm not going to the airport. Context clues. Or port. The map has 2 levels and the dungeon has 2 levels. That's crazy. Shut your trap. I kid. It's fine. I was just talking about skincare and lashes and airports. So I was having a hard time focusing on where I was going. But I'm okay now. It's fine. We found our way. Kind of. Right? Yeah, we did. Can you make bomb arrows in this game? No, you cannot. That looks important. Oh, no, they saw me. Oh. I think we do not have a current, right? No, we do not. Airport. I'm not going to the airport. I do love Ortport. That's really cute. Ortport. Starting a petition to have John's personalized command be shut your trap. Well, we just watched that. Charlotte and Auden really love to watch the music video of How Bad Can I Be? I'm just doing what comes naturally from the Lorax. It's like the catchiest song ever. I don't love the Lorax, but after he does that whole song, the Lorax comes to him in his big office after he's cut down all the trees. And he's basically like, why are you here? And the Lorax is like, why? What's the matter? Do I make you uncomfortable? Does my presence remind you of promises you made and didn't keep or whatever? And the Onceler's really mad about it. And he goes, maybe you should just shut your mustache. And so that's what we say to each other all the time. The girls and I will be like, shut your mustache. Because it's not me. It's not super me. It's not saying shut up. Obviously, none of us, I was like, well, none of us have mustaches. So it just sounds so silly. Maybe you should just shut your mustache. And he's voiced by, what's his name? Ed Helms? You should just shut your mustache. I don't really recommend the Lorax. It is a weird movie. But if you're gonna watch it, I mean, like, it is what it is. Yeah, you should just, and he does that too. He's like, shut your mustache. It's right before his downfall because he's like, I'm gonna keep cutting truffle-lunk trees or whatever, and nothing is gonna stop me. And then they see him cut down the last tree. Their like vehicle out there cuts down the last tree. And the Lorax is like, that might stop you. And then that's when like everything kind of starts to fall apart for him. Just shut your mustache. So I say that to my girls all the time. I don't tell them to be quiet like that very often, but. Whomst? This is Platts. Ah, so busy, burning the midnight oil again, looking for loot. And then their music. Oh my gosh, it's Sydney! Oh my gosh, you guys, that's my friend! I just hung out with her at the library today! Oh my gosh. The Lorax is just, it's weird. It's kind of weird. It's like, I mean, like, it's fine, but it's just, it's really hard to make a good full-length movie out of a book that isn't that long. And even the Lorax has a relatively, I mean, it's longer than most kids' books, but like, my friend from the library's here. Yeah, we literally just hung out this morning at the library. She has a daughter that is the exact same age as, I beg your pardon. That's the exact same age as Auden. They're in the same Sunday school class, and she's so cute, and they get along really well together. So we were at the library today, and we were complaining about motherhood. Yeah, when you try to cram a 25-page children's book into a 90-minute movie, and you add a bunch of really weird songs, it's just really odd. I didn't love it, but I mean, it's probably worth a watch at least once. The beginning song is wild. The beginning song is nuts. The very, very beginning song when, what's his name, Sai, is like, good morning, yeah. I was like, whoa, this song just got turned up to 11. It's totally nuts. I mean, yeah, yes. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs was also like, so I love the book, but the movie I was like, I don't know. It wasn't, I didn't think the Lorax was great. Who's in it? Zac Efron plays the main kid. Ed Helms plays the Onceler. Danny DeVito plays the Lorax. I don't remember who does the bad guy, whose name is, what is it? It's some name that I was like, well, that's the bad guy. Like, I could totally tell. Aloysius O'Hare. That's the bad guy. And Taylor Swift plays the love interest. Oh, and Betty White's in it. You know what? It's worth it. Watch it at least once. It's on Netflix. It is. It's a weird journey. I don't know. But you know what though? There are some very, very there are some funny moments in it. But the soundtrack is very, very catchy. Okay, so as long as his way is clear, I won't catch him. So what? I'm supposed to just... am I supposed to... I don't remember this. Rob Riggle. Dude, I want to know who does the voice of Psy, because his singing voice is unreal. Surprise. There's this moment at the end when he's like, you greedy dirtbag, when he's singing to Mr. O'Hare. It's so weird. The writing is so wild. It very much feels like a stage production. Like the music, like when they're all singing it, it sounds very much like a stage production. It doesn't feel much like a movie. Maybe we'll get the Lorax the musical. I don't know. It's not that it's like inappropriate or anything like that, but it is just kind of odd. But I feel this way about any sort of like, most of the time, kids books that they turn into movies, like the Polar Express and everything. It's really hard when you have a book that's only, like Wolf said, like 25 pages that you try to turn into a 90-minute movie. There's really only so much you can do with that. I mean, it can be like, oh, we got him. Would you look at that? No, you got me. Go on then, you monster. Boil me, bake me. Do your worst. What is she? Oh, have you guys seen Sing 2? When she's like, take that, you nasty green monster. And they're like, I know those gloves. Ain't those from my brother? Are they all brothers? He gave me them. What? You know my brother? You're all green. I thought you were a monster. Hey, don't get all angry. I thought you were one of them. Sorry, guy. Oh, hey, that's like me, remember? Bye, guy. One of the worst stories of my life. They do manage to get the point across, and like the music's really catchy, but Charlotte watched it over and over and over again when it's on Netflix now. It just came back to Netflix. I watched it once and was like, I don't ever need to see that movie again. But it does have some really catchy music. And the girls listen a lot to that How Bad Can I Be song. And Let It Grow at the very end. And even the very beginning. I think it's Thneedville, right? In Thneedville. Yeah, I think so. It's wild. It's so weird. And then I think even Zac Efron's character is like, could I maybe get the story like without a song? And then Onceler's like, hey, this is my story and you're gonna listen how I tell it, or something like that. I don't really remember. Today, Charlotte said she was watching Boss Baby. We've never seen Boss Baby before, but Boss Baby's actually gotten a lot more attention and like a lot more like spin-offs than I ever thought it would. I had no interest in it. You know, it's another really good animated movie that was surprisingly entertaining that I actually really enjoyed was Storks. Storks has Andy Samberg. I don't know who does Tulip's voice. Kelsey Grammer is in it. But I really loved it. I thought it was really great. I was really surprised at how wholesome it was and kind of the take-home message from it. I really enjoyed it. And it had a lot of really funny moments. Key and Peele do voices in it, I think. I think they're the wolves or something. Oh, then there's that pigeon toady that's like, how do you like my now? And he sings this song. It's so wild. It was really fun though. I liked it a lot. And for a while there, Auden was obsessed with the ending. Oh, and the wolves. I agree. Yep, she was totally obsessed with the wolves. She used to watch it every night before we went to bed. I gotta give people a heads up. You know what I'm saying? If people don't. Oh. Okay, wait. Okay, we have a current now, right? Yes. I am not gonna finish this before I have to sign off because this place is taking forever. It's kind of hard to follow, man. All of these games need 3-dimensional maps. I am telling you right now, they should all Metroid Prime. Oh, they fell and now I can't get the things. Storks was really good. But I'm gonna have to like secretly take Charlotte to see the How to Train Your Dragon live action because I'm not gonna take Auden. I'm not gonna take Auden because I don't want everybody to feel like I don't want to be that person. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that person that takes my 4-year-old to the theater and kind of, I know she'll get scared. I know she'll get freaked out. It'll be too loud. So I think Charlotte and I are going to have to go at another time together. Has anybody seen it? I think it's good. I don't know. I think it's fine. Wait. Wait a minute, but we've been here. Yeah, How to Train Your 4-year-old in a movie theater. I don't even think Charlotte was that young when she first saw her very first movie in a theater. And even still, I think she went to go see a movie at like a $1 theater. So if it didn't work out, we weren't out $25. You know what I'm saying? Have I seen any of the other... feel like there's something I gotta do. Oh, that's it. Gotta do something. There's gonna be a guy in here, right? Centipede fella? Maybe? I was gonna say, I gotta be honest. The stamina thing bothers me because Link has gotta be so... Are you kidding? No wonder they give you... Oh, wait, I don't need to do that. No wonder they give you stamina things. You gotta haul. Like, Link is in the best shape out of anybody. Like, how does he need stamina? But I guess everybody runs out of stamina at some point, even when you're really in shape. Okay. Oh, wait. I was gonna go up and bop that with my hand. No. This is bad. And they make it a cutscene, so you have to wait and watch it? I hate that. This is like a nightmare I used to have when I was a kid. Like lava? Oh my gosh. Like lava seeping toward my house. I remember. I used to have dreams. Oh, speaking of dreams, I had some of the weirdest dreams last night. I feel like they were... I wrote them down when I woke up this morning. I wrote them, I typed them all out. I had 2 weird dreams. And I woke up at about 4 a.m. after the first one and was so disturbed. I feel like I'd been watching a movie and I knew I was watching a movie. So I knew what I was watching wasn't real, but it was so like grotesque and just, oh, it was gory and it was just awful. I should have killed that dude. Can I kill him with this? Yeah. But after that, after I woke up and had like a miniature panic attack, I feel like there was this situation where I was like, there was this box full of a bunch of books, and there were these nails in all the books, and we were trying to get the nails out, but they wouldn't come out. And then somebody that I was with was like, no, you have to they were like, you have to respect the nail. And they had these pieces of paper, and they just took the paper and kind of like bowed to the nail and put the pieces of paper on the nail. And then the nail and the paper kind of melted together. And then suddenly the nail and like the paper was all the way around the nail. And then we could just lift the nails out of the books with the papers. It didn't make any sense. That was not the best. That was not the scary dream. It was a weird one, but it wasn't the scary one. The one beforehand was very, very disturbing. It was so horrible. Every once in a while, my brain comes up with things that I'm like, what are you, what? Stixel's mad I have the baby gate up and she can't come in here and lay at my feet. Sorry. What time is it? 4:24? Okay. Okay. Well, I was really... Oh, there's only... Oh, no. Yeah, there she is. That's Stixel. Lonk. 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 Hello? Hey, it's Scarecrow. So are you cooking up a YouTube series? Yeah. One that doesn't require other people, because with the podcast, that's something that takes extra time. That takes me having to coordinate with somebody else and like figure out like how to set up a wait a minute. What? Oh, I feel like the instructions are over here. Oh wait, what? The Bridge of Decision. Choose the path you believe in. Move forward bravely. Thank you. Oh, you're supposed to jump? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I'm not ready to make that commitment. And it's about time for me to sign off anyway. My kitchen is an absolute disaster. I had to go take library books back to the library this morning, and then my friend was like, can we meet up at the library? Sure, let's meet up. So we hung out at the library and we chatted, and it was lovely. So I didn't get any cleaning done. So I told Charlotte, I was like, look, I'm happy to have friends over and I'm happy to plan play dates, but like tomorrow we can't plan anything because we have so much stuff that we have to do. But this morning was lovely, and Charlotte got a bunch of books at the library. But my goal is to listen to these songs. It really got me, it got me thinking back when we came to the Earth Temple, and I was like, if you guys had never played this game, would you think this was in the fire? Would you think this was lava or desert? And everybody was like, this sounds way more deserty than it does like volcano. So it kind of got me thinking. And I know there are lots of really wonderful gaming soundtracks out there, and I know there are a lot of really lovely like background music you know, soundtracks that I've never heard / never played. And so I'd really love to see what kind of feelings and emotions those songs invoke, and me trying to figure out like what's going on. So Mactastic convinced me. I will not, if I can, I won't figure out, I will do my best to not know like what game it comes from. If I do know the game, that's fine. But I appreciate everybody giving me all their, and it's also different too, because there are some games that there are so many different games. Like there may be like Mega Man games or like Kingdom Hearts games or whatever, where there are so many. It's like, how do I mean, there's so many. How am I supposed to know any sort of details about that? You know, Sword Art, how's it going? I know I still have my list. Problem is it requires, like, recording YouTube videos requires time on my part, but recording GameSpark interviews literally requires even more time because it takes 2 people. And that is just hard for me right now with everything I have going on. So I was gonna see if I could kind of, because recording a video by myself is a lot easier than trying to coordinate with somebody else. I haven't given up on it. It's just on the back burner because I really enjoyed hearing people's answers. I have to be better at staying on track though, because it was partly my fault that interviews were taking like 2 hours and I was like, I just don't have that kind of time. So I have to figure out how to streamline it and be like, okay, we get this many minutes for each question. And then I need to be better at being like, all right, we need to move on, because if I just let people talk forever, then they're just going to talk forever. But I'm the one that's in charge of the interview and I have to be able to steer that in the right direction. So part of that was on me. But anyway, as always, I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out. You guys are wonderful and I love y'all dearly. I wish I could have finished this place today, but man, this place is something. It's massive and I got so confused. The map is hard to read sometimes, but it's okay. How far do you think I am? Isn't there a whole extra section with dragons? There's a whole extra section in the desert with another dragon, isn't there? Like, I think I'm like, what, halfway? I have one more Silent Realm. And then I feel like there's something to do with dragons. So missed out on the Wild West GameSpark era. Wild West? What do you mean Wild West? Oh, like when people could just do whatever and like just take as long as they wanted. I mean, it started to come down to where I was like, I'm spending 2 to 3 hours sitting here and chatting on people or chatting with people. And I really don't have that kind of time. I would love to have that kind of time, but it was starting to really stress me out. But I felt really guilty being like, okay, we need to like move on. But at the same time, it is just going to have to be, I just have to kind of have a time limit for each question. I can't just sit and chat with somebody for 3 hours. I would love to, but with my schedule the way it is right now, I just don't have that kind of time. Or maybe that could be for like a special or something like that. I know, you got to learn how to delegate. Lindsay's in charge of editing, Scarecrow in charge of clips, DJ in charge of graphic design / audio, me in charge of GameSpark. It could be a group thing. You know, everybody all comes together. That's a big part of it, is the fact that, you know, I don't delegate because I can't pay anybody anything. So it's like, well, I don't want to be like, hey, can somebody like edit all these videos or like string all these clips together or whatever. I'm also really picky with my editing, but I now understand, after streaming for as long as I have and trying to make YouTube stuff, I now fully understand why full-time content creators pay somebody else to edit their videos, because it is so stupid time consuming. And that's my least favorite part of it, is like, I don't mind sitting down and recording, but doing the editing, it takes forever. So if I'm doing a GameSpark interview and it takes me, and I sit there and chat with that person for 2.5 hours because I don't want to cut them off and I just let them talk, you're looking at 2.5 hours of the interview, but then you're looking at an extra hour of me editing it. And that's just a lot of time. And it's just time I don't have. So if I can learn to cut it down and to kind of bring it down together or bring it down and condense it, so I can make like, all right, interview is an hour and then editing is a half hour. That is a way better time commitment than like a chunk of 3 hours that I just don't have. So I know, wouldn't that be fun for Auden? Or maybe get Charlotte in on it? Sweet Charlotte. You guys, I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to hold out getting a Switch 2 because like Auden was like, I want to play Donut County, and I'm playing my Switch and Charlotte's playing her Switch. I may not be able to hold out until Metroid Prime 4. Oh, calamity. How bad would that be? I went through my whole family and asked your GameSpark questions, and the answers were amazing. It is very insightful and fun to learn these things about people. That's how I feel. I loved hearing people's answers. The problem is the time. But really, a lot of that is on me because, like I said, I just can't, like, I can't, like I said, I need to be better at being like, all right, we've got this long for each interview question. And what I don't want to do is be like, is to set an alarm and be like, oh, okay, well, that one's done. Let's move on. You know, I don't want to do that, but I need to like, I need to figure out how to like, you know, yeah, Susie, hello, interviewee. Hi, it's great to, I'm afraid that's all we have time for. All right, everybody, thanks for being here and good night. Hey, it's Wolf Wizard. Just got home from work. Looks like you're about done. It was great. I got really distracted. This place is giant, but I'm here. I just got here. I don't have the key yet, but I got really distracted because I was talking about skincare and eyelash extensions and all sorts of things, but like I'm almost done. I was hoping to finish it today, but my Switch 1 is worthless. Wait, what do you mean it's worthless? Like it's all scratched up and the battery doesn't last? I don't know if Auden could play that. I'm about to do the Skyloft Silent Realm. Should have the game done today. Well, all right. You're a wizard, Wolf. Maybe fewer questions too, like the 3 that you prioritize. Yeah, that's also fair. I think I probably had too many questions. It's like, are there any video games that make you cry? Because realistically, that's what started it, right? It was because I cried over a video game and somebody told me I was a waste of space for it, right? So maybe it should be like, what game is your GameSpark? Or was your Spark game? What games have you had an emotional reaction to? And I don't know. I would have to kind of cull it down because I know I still have people that are waiting. Scarecrow's one. I think Chiron's on there. I don't remember. Wow, that person sounds like someone I don't want to be around. I know. And it wasn't that comment made me mad. I was just like, what an awful thing to say to someone. Like, I would just never say that to anybody, even a stranger that I don't know. Why would you ever judge anybody based on what they're crying and having a very clear emotional... Now, there are a lot of people that feel like I was faking it. I've gotten a lot of comments on my videos saying, oh yeah, crying for clout. This is classic. You're just doing that for views. And it's like, all right, you can think that if you want. That's totally fine. But I assure you, I was like 100%. How much are you? Wait, it's an original Switch? I don't know. We may have to talk because I've only done like 6 of them because they got too time consuming, but maybe I should cut the... I just have too many things I want to do. That's my problem. I have GameSpark. I've got this music thing that I'd really love to do because I love gaming music. I've got streaming games and I have writing. I just have too much stuff I want to do. I really should just split it up into like, okay, Monday nights I do this, Tuesday nights I do this, Wednesday nights I do this. But then when I get there, I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. I don't want to do anything. I would understand that if you're crying every stream and video, but you're not. No. It was at the very beginning of Tears of the Kingdom. I recorded my first gameplay of it, like for the first hour, just by myself. I actually went not like I didn't stream that day. I straight up canceled my stream and was like, I'm gonna play this by myself. I'm just gonna start it by myself. But I recorded it and I had this really cathartic, emotional reaction to the very beginning when he's like skydiving and like the title card comes up. And the music's playing and everything, and I totally lost it. And I just had so much. I really, truly believe that was the catharsis for that I should have had that I never got to have for Breath of the Wild. It was kind of that like big moment. I never had that emotional moment with Breath of the Wild, even though I felt close to it, but I never had it. And then it wasn't until I started Tears of the Kingdom that I was just like, I love this series and I love what they've done with it. And it just felt so like, it was just, I have a lot of feelings wrapped up in Zelda. I've got a lot of memories wrapped up in it. I've played it all my life. And then there was all that anticipation. And it was just everything kind of coming together. But I don't have any problems crying, reacting emotionally to video games while I'm streaming. I've cried many times on stream before. I don't feel weird about that. But yeah, somebody said something. And then my brother, what did my brother say? My brother commented on that comment and said something like, a waste of space is taking the time to literally write out this comment or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but... Oh, I've done 15? Oh, I thought I did 6. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to rethink, maybe cut it down, cut the questions down. It's really, it's all a time thing. It's all a time thing because I just don't have 3 hours to dedicate to it every single week. On top, maybe if it was the only thing I wanted to do, but it's not the only thing I want to do. I have other things. But the reality is, if you want to grow on Twitch, you have to put out some sort of content on another platform. And I don't think just highlights of like your stream is really what is going to bring people in. Now Tears of the Kingdom, the Tears of the Kingdom finale brought a lot of wonderful people here. And I think that's great, but that's because we kind of all experienced that together. But I think I need some sort of like series, like the music or like GameSpark or something like that, you know? And that was kind of my goal, but it was also just to hear people's opinions and hear their stories, because I love that, because I'm passionate about video games and I'm passionate about people, but it was just a time thing. I was getting so stressed out. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have time to do this. I don't have time for this. I don't have time to do all this stuff. And Andrew was like, maybe you should rethink this then. And Sword Art's like, I wouldn't mind taking over GameSpark. Just name a price. I mean, maybe it's just not. Oh yeah, earliest memory might not be necessary. You're right. You're right, because it's like, what? I mean, so cool. That's cool, but... And what I really should do is write up so whenever Ander books a trip, he has this confirmation email that he sends out to everybody that books a trip, and it has all the information on there, all the rules, all that stuff, so that he can send that out. And then all the expectations are set. There's no smoking on my boat. There's no drinking alcohol on my boat. I need you to have a fishing license. Please be at this time, please be at the dock at this time, bring money for parking, blah, 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 all the things. So the expectations are all set up. And that's probably what I should also put together, is just like here, these are the things that I need from you so we can have a smooth interview. We need to be uninterrupted. You know, we got to carve out a time where I'm not going to be interrupted. You're not going to be interrupted, because both of our time is valuable. You know, these are the questions I'm going to ask. And this is the amount of time I have, and this is about the time I have allotted. You know what I mean? So that the expectations are up there, instead of just kind of like, all right, tell me your story. And then that story could end up taking 45 minutes. And that just, you know, it just takes too much. Just takes too much. The ending and getting all the dragon tears. See, this is why you just listen. You just listen, and then you can get all sorts of things done. There's nothing wrong with not crying either. Who was it that I interviewed that said they didn't really cry? Was it Paladrune, or was it... I interviewed somebody else that was like, oh, I think it was Martin. He was like, Martin Luther Bling. He was like, I don't really cry much. And that was when he was like, oh yeah, Firewatch. And I was like, oh yeah. And then I played Firewatch and was like, it was so bad. I did not love Firewatch, but that's okay. That was just me. Oh, Wizard used to stream. My big thing was that I didn't have a setup to stream with my friends, because they're the biggest reason I play games. Once I have that set up, I feel like I'll be able to stream all the time, though editing for the YouTube archive might take a while. And then sometimes I'm like, why do I upload VODs? Like, why? Is anybody really watching these? But I like to have them archived just in case I need to make clips or I need to make highlights or whatever, and people miss streams and stuff. So I'll keep posting those as well. I meant to catch up when I went to camp, but it didn't end up happening. But I think after today, like, I think my last one is supposed to, like, last Friday's VOD is supposed to publish to my channel tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. And then I will finally be
caught up with all my stuff because my goal is to publish them the day I stream them. But I've been so backed up because I just am lazy. Just lazy. Firewatch bothered me because it had a lot of bad language and I didn't really care about the characters. I did not love them. I was like, I didn't like Delilah. Yeah, it had a lot of language. I was really surprised. And I probably should not have streamed it. But at that point, I'd built it up so much and I'd kind of already started it. And that's, I should not, I kind of talked over it as much as I could. But yeah, there is some reason I haven't played it with my kid around. There are all the reasons. Don't stream it with your kiddo around. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy. And not just the language. Like, it's a very, very... That actually reminds me, Sword Art actually asked if I could bring put chat on my screen somewhere. So let me know if that's something that everybody wants. I try to keep a clean... I try to keep a clean, I don't like having the chat on my screen because it covers my gameplay, but that's why the horizontal chat was nice. So if I need to bring that back, I can. Yeah, for me, it's more of like I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I'm Young Women's president. I can't be streaming stuff like that. I can't be promoting stuff like that on my channel. If any of my youth stumbled across me playing that, they would be like, what the heck is she playing? Parents would probably be like, what? Yeah, I feel the same way. I don't want it to be like on the side, but if it were down at the bottom, you know, I could make it work with my alerts. Anyway, you guys know this. I can talk for hours and hours and hours and hours. Just remember how important you are and how much you matter. And I would like some list of your commands so I don't have to wait for one to scroll by. Fair. You know what? I used to have a document and I used to have like a exclamation point commands that would bring up a link to a Google document or something. And then I think when I started that, I got rid of it and I can bring it back. That's very, very easy. Oh, I don't even know if it's still there. Do I still have that? I might have deleted it. Whatever the case, I'll take a look at it tonight. Because there are a lot of them. Oh, and I feel like I added one more. This one, I haven't adjusted the... It's probably gonna be loud. Silent Realm. Silent Realm. Silent Realm. Silent Realm. Because Link is so loud. Oh my gosh, he's so loud. Choose kindness also, because you never know what people are going through. You just never ever know. Most people are probably going through something crazy. So you should just always choose kindness and choose compassion. I feel like the world could use more of that, but I appreciate everybody in this community and the wonderful positivity and whatnot that you guys cultivate and foster. I think it's wonderful. Oh yeah, everybody's told me that I should play it, but it's not streamable. And for a while there, I was like, oh, I'll just play these games on Discord and stream them on Saturdays. But then that started to stress me out too, because then I was like, oh, I can't do things with my kids on Saturdays that take longer than like a couple hours because I got to be back home by 2 so I can stream like Control or whatever. And that started to stress me out a lot as well. So I had to kind of take a break from that for a while and see if I ever want to, we'll see if I ever pick that up again. I don't know. I don't want to spread myself too thin. But I've heard it's wonderful. So it's definitely on my list. I just haven't. And I've been playing like Moonlighter on my own, you know, cause I like to just like play in bed, and I haven't played Paper Mario either. I know the backlog is so big. Stream Tetris on Saturdays. I have no interest in Tetris. I'm bad at Tetris. All right, I'm gonna go get dinner started for my fam. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll be back tomorrow, and we will finish this. I don't remember what comes after this, but we'll finish this because this is a good time for me to stop. Well, yeah, and like Moonlighter is, I mean, I was originally playing Darkwood, which just made me feel yucky, but I wanted to prove I could do it. And so every time I play Moonlighter now, I'm like, this is so nice. I don't feel stressed. I don't feel anxious. I don't feel like this is going to affect my dreams. I don't feel like I'm going to have nightmares. And Auden the other day was like, I want to watch you play Darkwood. And I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to play Darkwood ever again. I've now done both paths. I don't think I'll ever play it again. Maybe I'll play it again someday, years and years in the future, if I'm looking for something spooky. But like, I don't see myself playing it again for a long time. I've proved to myself. And I was like, now I'm just having a good time. But if I play something like Expedition 33, then I have to play it on my PlayStation, which means I have to play it on my TV, which means it is, well, no, I could play it in here. And I can close the door. Because I was going to say, then my kids could walk in at any time. So you guys are great. Don't ever forget it. You guys are so awesome. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day, your night, your time zone. And just be excellent, man. You guys already are. So just keep doing what you're doing, you know? I'm grateful for all you are and all you think, all you do and all you think and all you think you do. I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you later. It doesn't matter. It's in the past. It's not over. It's not done till it's not over till it's